Hi, everyone. Welcome to Loomis Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, friends. I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm tired.
I'm tired. It's early Monday morning, but we're back. We're here.
It's early Monday morning, and full disclosure, us recording Last Resort at 7:30 on Monday morning has been on my calendar for weeks now.
Sure.
Yesterday, at what time? Like dinner time. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't take notes. Did not watch. Well, I had watched, but
Right.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I watch at like 1.8.
Oh, yeah. I watch it real fast,
And
too. If
Florian's
I'm
like,
not
"No, no,
taking notes, I
no, no,
watch real
Jesus,
fast.
no, Jesus, no." Like, it's real quick.
This episode wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
No, I
It
wanted,
was.
I always want more. I mean, I always want it to be better. Even
We
when it's
had
great, I'll always want more.
we had a lot of Florian in this episode.
I'm here for that. That I
Mhm.
support. I support all the Florian. And this will be a good one to have you on video. So everyone can experience you and
Yeah,
you doing Florian and you doing Stace.
but here's the problem with Florian. I have to get into him,
I know. It takes a
and
minute.
sometimes it's hard at 7:30 in the morning when I just woke up.
You'll get there.
Um, I also wanna remind everybody that we are doing a Mad Men rewatch.
You sure are.
The first episode is gonna drop on the free feed on Wednesday.
Mhm.
The subsequent episodes, including episode 2, so we're dropping 2 episodes this week, episode 1
Yep.
and 2. 2 is gonna be on the $12 tier of your Patreon or Supercast, and then
Mhm.
$12 tier from then on.
Mhm.
We've
Mhm.
recorded a bunch. We're
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah, we've got 6 in the bag.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Leo's here!
Leo's here.
So you said
Okay.
that you listen to our Sister Wives episodes on Mondays.
Correct.
Did you listen to our BT90 yet, or was it Sister Wives you were listening to?
Sister Wives first, I got about halfway we just started talking about Robin going think off the
Okay.
ATV.
Because I need to listen to our BT90 coverage to revisit Leo's penis
Leo and
conversation.
his
I
penis.
was
Yeah.
dying. I was dying.
Leo, I'm sorry, buddy. You didn't consent to this. I'm
He didn't
sorry.
consent to any of it. And
No.
I don't think I'm ever gonna say penis again.
No, it's always gonna be penis. It's always and forever going to be penis. I need to roll that out at an intimate moment with my husband because he does watch 90 Day Fiance, so he'll get
Yeah.
the joke.
Roll it out. Roll it
Yeah.
out.
Be like,
Be
"Ooh,
like,
baby, your
baby,
penis."
can I see your penis? Would it be too much to ask to have that on video?
I don't know if I could do video, but maybe I could do audio.
Okay.
Just put my phone on record and
Mhm,
start
mhm.
seducing my husband with the word penis. Nothing's hotter than the word penis.
There's a T-shirt in it for any BDF who manages to get this done. Seducing your husband on video with the word penis.
Penis. We were watching last night. She is so bunny boiler level crazy, but God,
Oh,
she's
it's
so gorgeous. Jesus
it's
Christ.
it's gonna be spectacular when she comes to Florida,
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's gonna meet Jill,
Jill.
and it's gonna be
She's gonna take both of their eyes and eat them.
Mhm, and mama, like, her mentor, Mama Natalie,
Oh,
is
yeah.
gonna have to come
Well,
down to Florida. Well, she is in Florida and
no.
gonna
Well,
have to
she
see
lives in
her.
California now. But here's the question. Here's what I asked Todd. Who is crazier?
Mm,
Are we going with Magdana, whatever the fuck her name is, or
mhm.
Nuttally? We had
Oh,
a
Natalie takes
we
the
agreed.
cake.
We agreed because at least Magda is actually in a relationship and she knows
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Natalie is not in a
And
relationship and she doesn't know it.
I see this whole thing with Natalie and Josh in a different light now, especially after the previews for next week.
Yeah.
I honestly, if you have ever been, and I have been, and I know you have been,
Mhm.
if you've ever been in a relationship where you have been
And breadcrumbed.
gaslighted,
Gaslit.
gaslit,
Gaslit.
um, Natalie is reacting to that. She is
Mhm.
being gaslit. We are
Yeah.
seeing it in real time.
He's terrible to her.
She is reading the messages and he is trying to tell her that it's not happening.
I know. I know. He's terrible to her.
He's terrible. Any interaction I had to him is completely gone.
Oh, thank God.
Completely gone. I
Thank
can't stand
God.
this douchebag now.
Now we just have to watch Going Clear like we talked about for
Yes.
Scientology and get you
Yes.
over Tom Cruise. We can heal you, Amy Archer. We can heal you of your bad picker.
Well, I have a bad picker, but I also really dislike when men are bad to women.
Well,
And
then you should
this
really
guy.
you really should dislike Tom Cruise then.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know, and I do for the most part.
And where is Shelley Miscavige? This
Where
is
is
what I
Shelley
need to know.
Miscavige? I also have a new theory I think that I'm rolling out on Cody and the wives.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's a new theory, but it's new to me,
Okay.
new to Amy Archer.
Okay.
Um, so I was watching there's a clip going around of him on a podcast. I think we've already seen it and we've already discussed it. It's old.
Oh, yeah, and it's like the one where, like, the video's right up here, and then someone's like, so do Robin's kids know that their actual dad is dying?" And he's like,
I think
I'm not
it's
talking
that
about that."
one. I
Yeah, okay.
think it's that one
Yeah.
because he goes, "Hey, I
He's in
thought
front of
I
her
was,"
curio cabinet with all her shit behind him.
and he's like, "I thought I was," you tell me if you saw this before. He's
Okay.
going, "I thought I was doing great. I had a diesel jeans model come into my
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
and marry me." Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he makes it a point to say again how all these men in the church were parading their families in front of Robin
Right.
to try to get her to join, and she picked him.
Right.
And now I'm thinking, was this all a construct for her? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, did he sell her on this idea to get her into the family
maybe.
and then plan on slowly letting the truth reveal itself?
Mm.
It's a different perspective, I know.
It
And it
is.
might be wrong.
I just don't think he's smart enough to pull that long of a con off.
I don't think it was very long. It was from the time he met her to the time she agreed to marry him.
Right, but then he had to keep it going at first.
Yeah.
He kept it going into Vegas.
Mm.
Not through Vegas, into Vegas. When they
Okay, but
started
that
into
wasn't
Vegas,
long.
it's like a year or 2,
I'm telling you, I think he might have. I
maybe.
don't think he was in such a good place with his wives and he organically brought her in. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, no,
he
he was
just happened
unhappy,
to.
he wanted something more.
I don't think these two things happened at the same time. He had this great family he was happy with, and he spotted this hot diesel jeans model and she agreed to be in his family.
Right.
I think, and he says in in this week's episode, 2 wives were already considered leaving before
Mhm.
Robin came into. I think shit was falling apart. He made it look good for her,
Right.
sold it to her.
Right.
She comes into the family and then he's like, "Fuck all, I'm done with the act," and just
Right.
let things be natural again.
And Mary, in her attempt to find favor with him again,
Mhm.
helped with the recruiting of Robin
Mhm.
because she was in a bad state, and she was in a bad state with him. Janelle comes in, it calms things down. She's in a bad state with him again. Christine comes in, it calms things down. By the way, I saw that part of the clip of that Anderson Cooper interview with the Sister
Ooh,
Wives,
I
which
need to see it.
I can't believe he had to talk to these yozos. But um Mary was
You're a
talking.
goddamn Vanderbilts.
I know. What are you doing? What are you doing? I did love New Year's Eve when Andy Cohen, like
I know. I know.
Anderson Cooper's mocking someone for like their helicopter being like, he's like, okay, Vanderbilt boy. Like, what are you
I know.
talking about?
I know.
But I love when Andy Cooper makes fun of the fact that Anderson Cooper could buy and sell all of us all day,
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
Anyway, he was asking Mary, which was the harder wife coming in, Janelle or Christine?
Mm. And
Do
what did
you,
Mary say?
what's your guess?
I'm guessing Mary, we would think she would say Janelle, but she said Christine.
She said Christine. And the reason is
She was jealous of her.
because she could see that Cody and Christine had a romantic marriage.
And Janelle didn't. I
And
think I saw
Janelle
the
didn't.
clip.
Yeah, and Janelle's
Now
like, and she's like, Janelle is like, yeah, we had or maybe Mary described it. They had like a very intellectual, and Janelle's like, yeah, we have a very intellectual, cerebral relationship.
now I
So
remember the clip
I
because
think he banged her the most other than Robin.
Janelle's just sitting there and Mary's like, "Yeah, Cody and Janelle didn't have a romantic
I
relationship."
know.
Fuck off, bitch.
And then Anderson Cooper's like, well, they had 6 children. So
He, like I always say, he liked her 6 times.
he liked Christine 6
Mm.
times. He liked Janelle
But
6
I
times.
think the realization for me, so the different piece of this is that it was all an act from the beginning. I
Mm,
think Cody made things look better than they were, which is probably not groundbreaking to a lot of people. A lot of
no.
people are probably already thinking this.
Right.
But I had never thought that before.
Okay.
I had thought things were fine
Okay.
and she came in. So, I don't know. You get a diesel jeans model in front of you and
Who knows what'll happen?
who knows what you'll do. All right, are we ready to talk about these fools on
Yeah.
this at
Let's
this
talk about
resort?
this
I almost
show.
said on this island.
Yes. It's still Therapy Island. Doesn't matter where they locate them, it will always be Therapy
Well, Mary
Island.
Payne always throws me off when she says Therapy Island because I always think she's referring to Temptation
Temptation Island,
Island.
because there's a therapy aspect to Temptation Island.
Big time.
It's a Mark
Yes.
L. Wahlberg.
Yes. Mark J.K. Wahlberg. Yes. So this is Last Resort, Season 2, Episode 6, The Last Laugh. Her with that laughing.
What the fuck was that, Amy?
Uh,
Is she literally having like a schizophrenic break in front of all of us?
Remind me of Fatal Attraction when Glenn Close. Well, we don't see Glenn Close boiling the bunny. We just see the wife discover it.
Right.
I'm wondering, was Glenn Close laughing like this when she was boiling the bunny?
Potentially.
Director's
Potentially.
cut. Director's cut.
We need that. Potentially. Let's get your birthday buddy, Michael
Twin.
Douglas, in and ask him what really happened. Okay.
So we pick right back up on the bar scene. Now, I will say my reaction to the scene has softened a little bit.
Okay.
I still think that Florian and Stacy put hands on each other when they fight, but I don't know if I think anymore that Florian goes around putting hands on everybody.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, I
Yeah.
think they've given a little push and a shove when they've been
I'm going to
fighting.
say a push and a shove. I don't think he's ever punched her or
No,
slapped
no,
her,
no,
but
no,
like
no.
I could see one
They
of
get
them. I could
physical.
actually see her pushing him more.
Yeah, I think it gets
Yeah.
physical though. And let
Okay.
me tell you guys something. If you're in a relationship and that seal has been broken and you've put your hands on each other, get out of it.
You can't unbreak
Get
that
out of
seal. You can't put that back in a bottle.
No, no. I've been in that relationship. It's awful. It's
Yeah.
horrible. It never gets better. You can't go back.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, I also think that part of this is Stacy knows how Florian talks to women.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I can't believe I'm going to get wax poetic here about Stacy and Darcy.
Okay.
But one thing about them is they're very image conscious.
They are. They are constantly looking at every situation of how will they be viewed.
Yes.
And that's part of the shtick. That's part of the game that they get.
Yeah. So I think Stacy is terrified that we're going to see the real Florian, quote unquote, on
Yeah.
camera, which is how he talks to women.
Could
I
be.
also think this might explain why we haven't had another season of Stacy and Darcy. I
Ooh.
think maybe Georgie is just as terrible to women.
Oh, wouldn't shock me.
And both of them were like,
We
can't
can't
have
put
a
this on
show
TV.
about this. Yeah.
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 I mean,
And then you
is it
have to look at Papa Silva.
Yeah. Is it surprising to anybody that these two women would put up with people treating them badly?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
All right.
They were so pretty at one point.
So Florian is screaming. People are trying to hold him back.
Right.
And he's like, I can talk different, bitch. Fuck you. Fucking smash a gin and tonic. Again, you smash my fucking drink and we will see what fucking happens to you.
I was surprised someone was drinking a gin and tonic. None of this looked like that, but okay. But yeah, wow. He's whoa.
Timmy's sleeping in the next room.
Oh God. Sorry, honey.
And Stacy's going, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm telling you, she's trying everything to put this genie back in the bottle.
Uh-huh.
And Florian goes, come on, you stupid fucking bitch. The men are trying to calm Florian down. And Stacy's going, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. And Rob is going, my guy. Let the ladies go. My guy. Bro.
These guys are so fucking trashed.
They're
all
trash.
Of them.
This is
Oh
ridiculous.
my God.
So now, just at this moment, Benny and Ari come in. They're like, hey, guys.
What's up?
Totally tone deaf.
It was great.
And Florian looks confused, like he doesn't know who they are for a minute. And then he's like,
He
my
probably
brother,
doesn't.
my brother, Benny. And then he's going, come on, Gino, fucking cheers. So
do you think Florian knows where he is most of the time?
No.
Okay.
No. Florian goes out to these nightclubs and gets wrecked.
Yeah.
They pour him into an Uber and send him back to Stacy. So Stacy starts to cry. Now, Amanda.
Yes.
She's saying, I don't know. He's loud and drunky and getting Gino drunky. And it's too much. It's too much. And I dealt with this persona before. And it's anger. And Jasmine goes, he really needs to go. He really needs deep therapy. Okay, Jasmine. And Ari goes, "I think all of them do." Ari and Gino are kind
They have
of
a
the
they have
same.
a very similar voice in
They
your
have very
world.
similar affect in my
Yeah.
world. And Jasmine, so then Jasmine hugs Stacy, and Stacy cries like this. What?
Am I terrible for laughing at her?
Okay, I cried like that the day that my gran was in hospice and she lost her voice when they said, "Okay, she will no longer be able to speak." I
Right,
cried like that.
right.
Other in my life, never. Never.
I've cried like that once or twice.
Yeah, yeah.
I cried like that when the horrible breakup happened with Mike, and I just was
Okay,
yeah, like, I was
okay.
so devastated.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I've cried like that once or twice in my life, not because my husband got drunk at a bar.
Right, did you cry like that? Like when, Todd was just acting a fool?
No. No, first
Jesus
of all, he rarely
Christ.
acts a fool, but no, no.
Oh my god. It is just this juvenile cry. I'm like, my girls don't even cry like that.
It was
So
a lot.
Jasmine is comforting her and Jasmine goes, "I forgive you." What? What are you forgiving Stacy for? Stacy's as much a victim in this as
What
anybody.
I think Jasmine is forgiving Stacy for is because she's forgiving Florian.
Right.
So, it's
Right.
Stacy because it's for Jasmine, it's the women. And for her, Gino is her.
Okay, yeah. Ugh.
So, it's always a reflection on the woman. So, I forgive you, which means I forgive your husband.
Okay. So Benny's asking what happened, and Rob is like, "Oh, we were having fun, and the ladies hated that we were having fun, and
No,
they just hated it. Oh, fun police." Rob, fuck right off,
I
dude. Go
hate
join your
Rob.
men's rights club.
Right. You and Brandon go cheers to
Jesus.
manship.
So Sophie comes over and she's like, "That is not what happened."
Right.
And Sophie, God love her. I don't know if she's a Libra or just an idiot like me, but she's in there trying to make peace with a group of drunk men.
Because she grew up with a mother who
That's
was an
true.
addict. She
Yep.
Narcaned her mother. She is constantly just trying to smooth everything out all the time.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So she's over there going, "That's not what happened. Jasmine loves you, Gino, and she's just, she cares about you. She's trying to keep you safe." And Brandy goes, "She just wants to see him miserable. Misery loves company."
Fuck off.
Okay, whatever.
Go home
Okay.
to your farm, to your pig, to your cow, to your dogs, whatever. Go to your parents.
So Rob on the couch says, "Jasmine is controlling, and I feel for Gino."
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I mean,
So
I feel for Gino too, having to be with Jasmine. I feel for Jasmine having to be with Gino. I feel for both of them because they're both terrible.
yeah, let's address the rumor that Jasmine's pregnant.
Okay.
Booty is going, he's pulling out all the
I
stops
know.
to prove this is correct.
I know. She has a registry apparently on Amazon.
Amanda, she still has children in Panama.
I know. Panama.
Panama.
That she hasn't brought here yet.
No,
Mm-mm.
no. So it's 2025 starting off with the bang. We got Zeruya pregnant.
Mm.
We got Jasmine pregnant.
And
Okay.
Gypsy Rose had her baby,
Okay.
who she posted on Instagram. She will not be showing the baby on social media,
Okay.
which I actually think is good.
I think that's a good start. We're
Yeah,
off to a good start,
we're off
Mom.
to a good start. Good
Mhm.
job, Gypsy.
So,
Gypsy.
okay. Now that the bar has clearly had enough of this, so the producers are like, "Guys, we're done." This poor bartender back there who Rob calls bartender.
I
Couldn't
know.
you just get his fucking name?
Right. Or be like, thanks, buddy.
Do you ever see me at a bar late at night? I'm always like, "What's your name? What's your life story?" Like,
Right.
you don't just be like, "Thank you, bartender."
Right.
So, the women are wrangling their husbands to go to bed, and Gino's having a bond. He's like, "I'm having a bonding moment with my guys, my boys." Now, as Gino and Jasmine are walking away, I don't know if you saw this, but I had eyes on everything here. They're walking away, and Jasmine's scolding him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling her, "Knock it off. I was having fun." As they're walking away, he shoves her
Oh. Oh, I missed
forward.
that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, not like
Right.
hard, but
Okay.
enough that I was
Mm.
like, "You're an
Yeah.
asshole."
Well, yeah.
So they're another couple I think
Oh,
absolutely put their
of
hands on each
course.
other when they're
Yeah.
fighting. So she's yelling at him. She gets him to bed. He's shit
Oh my
faced.
God.
He does this little monologue about winning beer pong, and then he goes, "I'm gonna take a nap now." just kind of fades away with his mouth like kind of half open.
Who amongst us? Who amongst us hasn't been like,
And his hat is on
I'm
backwards.
just gonna take a nap now.
And his hat starts to pop off, and he's cognizant enough to keep that hat on.
Just shave that stupid patch in the back, dude, and be done.
Now we get to Stacy and
Oh,
Florian.
God. Oh, boy.
Mm.
Okay. Are you ready?
So Stacy's like, I'm gonna need you to sleep on the bed. Yeah. Or sleep on the couch. And he goes, the fucking couch. Stay in the fucking bed, man. And Stacy goes, I didn't like the way you were talking to me. Or Jasmine. Okay. And he goes, who the fuck is Jasmine to smash my fucking drink, okay? I'm not her fucking husband. I'm not her fucking ex-husband. What the fuck? Jasmine needs to control the fucking anger. And he's pointing at his brain. She goes, you disrespected me and embarrassed me. You were barbaric.
Barbaric.
And now Florian goes, she came in like a fucking mom, man. I left my fucking mom in Albania. Tell me, how do these people teach me for my life? Tell me. Jasmine want to fuck with everyone and have Gino on the side. One boy to fuck, one boy to love. And Stacey goes, I don't want to be near you. I just don't want to be near you right now. And he goes, I can sleep on couch for Princess Jasmine tonight.
He is pissed. He is pissed, but
Yeah.
oh my God. Who is Jasmine? Because for a split second, I was like, he's legit asking who's Jasmine. Like, he has no idea who this person is.
Well, and then I love how he's like, what am I going to learn from these idiots? And I'm kind of like, yeah, that's true.
Just go hang out with James and Heidi, who are
just be with James, Heidi, and Reba.
James doing the most.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So Josh returns now. We see this scene with him going to Natalie's.
God.
And he and Natalie are having it out over the text messages. And she's like, are we in boat together? Or are you in different boat? And he's like, and then she's like, maybe some other boat is good looking for you. And he says on the couch, Natalie is a way with analogies. And sometimes I'm just like, okay. And other times they make no sense to me.
Oh,
Natalie says,
put a pin in that real quick. Natalie trying to do her competition with the bad boys of 90 Day Fiance.
Oh my God. It's so bad. I don't know if we're supposed to say this anymore, but it is so cringe.
Is so cringe.
My lady parts want to shrivel up and go inside themselves. Like how cringe it was. Natalie, don't stop.
Go back to your cooking videos, girl.
They're doing it and it's like kitschy and fun. Some think it's cringy, but at least it's silly. Original.
You look crazy.
You're not. No. And the video production is bad. The lip syncing is off. The guy who's supposed to look like Josh, well, I don't know what's happening there. It's all bad. It's all bad.
Back to these two.
Okay. So now Natalie goes, I have proof that you like another boat. And he literally in front of us gaslights her into believing what she's looking at.
I know. He's like, I didn't invite her. Roll that beautiful tape footage, dude.
Yep. And Josh wrote, my partner's a bit on the wild side. There's no way I could stay with that girl. Wait, Natalie's reading it and she goes, my partner is a bit on the wild side. There's no way I could stay with that girl. Lol. She reads the LOL. Lol.
And she just keeps saying, lol.
He's trying to stick to the fact that, oh, no, I'm sorry. Now I'm reading my commentary in her voice. So he's trying to stick to the fact that he used we. Oh, right. See? I used we. Fuck off, dude. He in a strange move just starts kissing her to shut her up.
Oh, I think that's what he does a lot. I think he just bangs her to shut her up.
Let me tell you what he did that was brilliant though. He turns this into let's show everyone else how great we are. And that hits something in
she's
her.
Super competitive. So she's like, oh yeah, let's do that.
She's like, okay, yeah. That was brilliant. I have to say that was
he is a master manipulator.
Yeah. Yes. So Natalie goes, do not message Sophie anymore. And she makes him do a sign of the cross. And he's like, I won't, I promise I won't.
He's like, what is this
Natalie on the couch in a like she looks gorgeous in this confessional with the bright pink dress on. She goes, I feel like Josh is trying to sprinkle magic fairy dust on me and forget this conversation, but I am watching.
Okay, crazy girl. I think if I were in her physical presence, I would be very nervous.
I would be too.
I'd have eyes on her the entire time because I don't trust her.
I would pretend Josh didn't
Oh,
exist.
Josh?
Yeah.
Who's Josh? I've never heard of a Josh. Josh is the name that
Exactly.
people have? I've never even heard of it. Like, no.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
If I brought my boyfriend there and his name was Josh, I would change it to
Yeah,
Rick. You're Rick tonight.
exactly. You have an entirely different name. Never mention your name is Josh. Mm-mm. No.
So now they head over to this broke down lake,
Okay.
whatever. And Jasmine and Florian are in separate vans and they're shit talking each
Uh-huh.
other.
Uh-huh.
I could have watched this all night. And Jasmine goes, I don't wait, let me get the right accent. Sorry. Um, I don't want to see Florian anymore. That's not the right
That's Sophie.
accent. Um, Jasmine says he is savage and an
An
animal.
animal, yes.
And Josh tries to explain to Stacy that his messages were harmless because Stacy's like, I saw the messages. And he's like, they were harmless. And Ari tells the camera, this guy is clearly stringing Natalie
Mhm.
along and he is not a good
No.
dude.
Dude,
Ari knows what's up.
Ari can actually be astute as long as it's not her own relationship.
Well, don't forget, Ari has been birthed into therapy.
Yes.
So she
Yeah.
knows. And I have no doubt that she
Yeah.
knows. So it's my hair is driving
Oh,
me
I've also
crazy.
seen a lot of people online, and I do want to say this because this is not cool. Go after her for the scars on her arms and her chest. Yeah.
What? Why would they do
They're like,
that?
what's on her? What's wrong with her arms? What's wrong with her chest? Why would she show that? Everyone's like,
Clearly she's
she talked
self-harmed.
about it when she was on her first
Yeah, she
season. She's
talked
like,
about
I
it.
self-harmed
Yep.
a lot as a teen and I've done a lot of work. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Certain things are off
Yeah.
limits, guys. You don't
First of all,
know.
can we just stop talking about women's bodies that way? Mm, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me while I talk about
Well, we can
Jasmine's
talk
plastic
about
surgery.
women's bodies if they make
If
a
they
bad
make a bad choice, like Jasmine getting her butt in upside down.
I don't know if she chose
I
that,
don't
but
think she
yes.
chose that either.
So the best is Natalie goes, I am moving on and forgiving him. And Stacy glares at Florian and goes, it's really hard to move on and forget. And then Ari glares at Biniam and goes, yeah, it is. Like all the women are like
All the women are ready to kill either their spouse or someone else's spouse.
So now we got Florian in his van. He just starts listing grievances. Jasmine, a fucking annoying. Talk too much, man. Like he's just going through it. And Stacey goes, I thought you were going to be calling out some of the boys, not all the girls. And Florian goes, no, the angels is the guys, the devils is the girls. And Ari goes, okay then, therapy's going to be fun with you.
I feel like we're
Sorry guys, I am doing my best with the
You're doing
accents
great.
at 7:30 in
You're
the
doing great.
morning. I'm trying.
I feel like between the men and the women, we are entering a Thunderdome situation where it's like
Yes.
5 men enter, 5 women enter. We don't know who's coming back out. Now,
No, we have no idea. No. So now they have to go kayaking. And here's what they have to do. One of them has to row, one of them has to
This is
throw.
so unclear. I felt like the
This
instructions
was
were very
they,
unclear.
they just overcomplicated it.
It was too much.
So they row the kayak, they have to row the kayaks out, untie a ball off a boat.
Yeah.
Then row over to another place, throw the ball into a hoop, and then bring it back.
Yes.
And there's 2 rules. You cannot switch roles and you can't help the other person with their role. So they have to reveal their choices before they go. And everyone pretty much agrees that the men are going to row, except Josh and Natalie. Natalie's going to row. Natalie, I don't think I realized what amazing shape
She is in great shape.
Wow. And the minute Josh sees that all the guys are rowing, his manhood is threatened.
I think
And he calls an audible.
I think Natalie and Jasmine are in phenomenal physical shape. I think they work out constantly, all of that.
Yeah. Julia too.
Oh yeah, Julia too. Julia for sure. I think
Mhm.
Sophie looks great. I don't think she works out as hard as everybody else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Natalie
and then
is
Stacy just
svelte.
goes to Turkey. That's all
Yeah,
she does.
That's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. I feel
I
you,
feel you,
Stace.
Stace.
I got you. So now, so they call this audible, okay, and then they get out there. Now they're rowing out there, and Josh and Natalie are cheating, and I'm like, that would be me. It would be win at all costs.
Oh my God.
I would be throwing water into other people's boats, spinning them around, doing whatever I had to do to win.
This is where you and I are very different
I'm
people.
super competitive. I'm a Gen Xer.
I am not competitive at all.
Maybe it's because you didn't have a sibling.
This really could be an only child thing. I'm just not competitive. Maybe
Guys,
it's because I
come
always
at us. Let
lost
us
anyway, so I
know.
was like, "Eh."
Oh, no. You always won if you were the only
Well, I did
child.
win all my solo Monopoly games,
Who
like I talked about with
who
Sister
won the solo
Wives.
Monopoly? Yes.
In competition with others, I lost. In competition with myself, I
So,
always won.
like, I was always in a competition with
Sure,
Jenny.
sure.
So I wonder if that is an
It
only
might be.
child thing.
Back
Because Timmy's uber
I
competitive
mean,
as well, and he's the baby of
right,
his family.
BDFs, come at us. Are you
Yeah,
competitive?
let us
And if
know.
so, are you an only child or not? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let us know. Because even like my parents are super competitive. Jenny's very
No.
competitive. Oh, okay. So Rob is complaining about this
Mhm.
cheating the entire time. And now some of the women are having a hard time untying the knots because of their
Yeah.
nails. And Stacy's going, I'm trying, babe. I'm trying. Hype me up. You're my hype man. Hype me up. And Florian's going, fucking get it. Fucking get it.
Is that hype? Is that hype or so much as just
No,
yelling?
he's screaming at
Just
her.
yelling commands at her.
So Jasmine is practically like, Gino, you are geriatric. You are the oldest man here. I'm so proud of you, baby, that you're doing as well as you can. Like, it was just so
She's so
weird.
mean to him sometimes.
It was so weird. And Ari and Benny are just fighting under their breath
Of
and
course.
screaming at each other. Now, Natalie and Josh win. And Brandon and Julia come in second. Natalie and Josh are like so hyped up and so excited that they won. Teamwork makes the dream work. You know, Josh spews out a bunch of tech bro language. I don't know what's happening. He's trying to sell Bitcoin to everybody. And then Natalie goes, that's because we are smartest.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, girl.
Like, you could say a lot about Ari. Ari's probably the smartest person on that island or at that resort. Well, I shouldn't say that. She's probably the best educated. Is she the smartest? Who's the smartest
That's what
person?
I'm really trying to think about.
Ari's got to be in the top 3.
Ari's definitely near the top. She's not dumb. She's a mess.
She's very well read.
Yeah, she's well traveled. She's
I
seen the
think
world.
she's well educated.
Yeah. I don't know if she went to college though.
Wasn't her dad like? Oh,
Her
he
dad
was a doctor. I thought he was a
Yeah, no, her dad was a
professor.
doctor.
You don't have to go to
No,
college to
you
be
don't.
well
You
educated.
absolutely do not. You absolutely do
I
not.
think she's well read and well traveled, and that's her
Yeah,
education.
and she grew up in Princeton, which is a very affluent area with very good schools. Like, she's fine. She might be the smartest one there. I mean, I'm gonna go with it's not Stace.
I feel like Rob might be a little bit smart.
Rob has some street smarts.
Good point.
Josh, I don't think is dumb. Josh is an ass.
Oh, Josh is dumb like a fox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He knows to do it. He knows just enough to stay on this fucking show.
But I don't think he's like smart.
No.
Let me put it this way. Ferris Bueller style. If you have to grab one of these people to take your SAT test for you.
Ari.
To cheat. You're going to pick Ari.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Natalie and Josh are, yay, we're so great. Rob and Sophie are complaining about the cheaters. And James and Heidi announce that Josh and Natalie have broken a rule and they are disqualified. Natalie starts to unravel. And she's like, she's trying to argue with them. And Josh is doing it a little bit too.
But she's really losing her shit.
Yeah, he looks over to her. I don't know if you caught this. When it's first announced, he looks to her and he says, who cares? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He's trying to manage her. And Natalie goes, it's not right. They take it from me. They take it from me.
Okay.
Julie and Brandon, now it's announced, and it's important to know Josh is kind of on board with trying to argue for the win here, right? Julie and Brandon, you win a night in the honeymoon suite. And Josh is like, oh, okay, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't want to stay in the honeymoon suite with Natalie. He dodged a bullet.
He's not staying in a room with her at all.
No, I just wrote, suddenly Josh is fine.
Because remember, the night that they had the bad night and he had to go get his own room, everything's unpacked in the closet to the room he escaped to at like 4 a.m. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Josh went from, yeah, they cheated, blah, blah, or, you guys knew what we were doing. You knew what we were doing too. You know what? Maybe we did do something wrong. Maybe it was my fault. Yeah. Maybe we did deserve the disqualification.
We shouldn't win. We really did not earn that win. because I
Right.
don't want to be alone in a room with her.
So now they all go sit down for
Oh boy.
therapy. And Jasmine says, I liked Gino leading. And he's like, I appreciated that she stayed calm. Rob is a
Of
victim.
course. Always.
Amanda, he's a victim.
Always.
He rode and it wasn't enough for Sophie. Wasn't enough. Now Josh on the couch says, Sophie uses a sweet little voice.
She does.
But she really knows what she's doing and she's manipulating Rob. Okay.
I don't think she's
And
manipulating
Natalie's
Rob.
going, yes, she does. Oh, the dog. She goes
Right,
nuts.
because now we're speaking against Sophie, who he supposedly hit on.
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
I think Rob and Sophie both manipulate the shit out of each other constantly because they're
Mhm.
both idiots.
Mhm.
But she's right. Sophie goes into that little girl voice, which is her trauma voice. And that's the voice she has used a lot of her life to get out of shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sophie needs intense therapy.
mhm.
So now Natalie starts laughing.
Why is she laughing, Amy?
Well, she makes a comment that Sophie is lazy.
Okay.
And then she's just starts
Has she just gotten the giggles?
and you're like, what is happening here? What is
Is
happening?
it a case like I've had this happen to me? My friend Heidi and I, we like she was my friend from church that I talked about who moved to Western Massachusetts. We would
Yes.
shit would be happening at church that's like relatively serious or something, and she and I would get the giggles. And we would just
It
keep
happens.
setting each other back off. Like one of us would calm down, the other one would like snort, and so now we're back.
Well, see, but that's the thing. You just said it. She's not like trying to
Right,
hold
she's
it
just
in,
cackling.
snorting. She's just it's I don't know
Yeah,
what it
Heidi and I are at
is.
least trying to like calm it down.
Josh has his head in his hands. He's like, "Oh my god." Florian's like, "Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, no." I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
And Sophie's like, "Can you please?" She's trying to have a conversation with
Right,
therapist
she's actually
James.
trying to do some work on herself here.
Yes. And she's like, Natalie, can you please stop laughing? It's
Yeah.
rude.
She was very polite at first.
And then finally, Julia yells, "It's not about you. It's too much. It's too much." I'm like,
I was
whoa.
kind of glad Natalie Julia went after her. Like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
she's like, "Look at me. Look at me. It's all about me." Like, yeah, she's
Julia
right.
totally has Natalie's number.
Now we got next time on. I didn't even get to watch Between the
Oh.
Sheets. But if you're on Hey Bunky, I'll have the full report
Yeah,
over there.
I mean, there wasn't a ton to it.
I watched it, but I don't remember anything happening that was
I mean, there wasn't a ton. I think it's going to be real interesting next week when we're talking about Julia and the baby thing.
Ugh.
I don't know what's happening
Yeah,
there. Let's get next time on.
next time on. Julia cries about anxiety and not wanting kids. Ari and Benny go, okay, all right. Ari and Benny go to the hitching
Oh
post.
boy.
And she cries and asks him to admit that he destroyed her. She tells the camera she believes that Benny cheated on her while she was pregnant. And until he acknowledges it, they can't move on. Not only does he say, "You're a fucking liar, fuck off," but he throws her not a single, but a double bird.
I know.
And he just like, "Fuck you,"
And where are my
and
passwords?
walks away. I'm like, oh my God.
And where are my passwords? Like, that is,
This guy is a fucking idiot. Oh my
I really
God.
dislike Benny. I didn't mind him on the first couple times we saw him. I thought he was a fuckboy. I mean, he is a
He's a
fuckboy, but he
fuckboy.
didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Now he's really bothering me. And I have zero
Right,
doubt
like,
that he fucked around on her from like the moment he met her.
Like, here's the thing, go back to Seinfeld that I always talk about. He has the upper hand here. He's coming into a situation where Ari has clearly done something
Right.
wrong. She's blackmailing him with his social media passwords, okay? You got the audience on your side. You don't need to be this big of an asshole to her. Just sit back and let her hang herself. Like, let her just be an asshole. What are you doing?
She'll take care of it for you.
Oh,
She doesn't
God.
need your help.
So Jasmine is humping Gino, and he's doing freeze tag.
He's like, "Get off of me, get off of me, get off of me."
He's like, "I'm in a game of freeze tag with Florian. I'm waiting for him to come and unfreeze me." And Natalie tells Reba. Now, this was interesting to me because Natalie tells Reba, "I have broken up with Josh 3 times and he keeps coming back." And she says to him, "Who am I to you? He
Mhm.
deflects. She blows up. This is the pattern. She asks him a direct question. He deflects. She blows up. And everyone's like, Natalie, calm down. Natalie, calm
Right.
down. This is the
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
And he has locked her into that
Mhm.
cycle.
Mhm.
And I hope I'm reserving
Right.
judgment. I hope Reba holds him to the fire and says, she is asking
Right.
you if she is your girlfriend, and you need to answer that
Yeah.
question.
It's a very
Like,
it's a very both fair and easy question to answer. Is she your
because
girlfriend or
that's
is
what
she
this
not?
asshole's doing. That's what this
And
asshole's
if she's
doing.
not
He's
your
breadcrumbing
girlfriend,
her.
let her fucking go. Stop.
Right, he's
Yeah.
breadcrumbing her. Yeah, to stay on the
Mhm.
show.
Mhm.
He is an
Oh, yeah, he's
asshole of
terrible.
epic proportions, and I'm done
Oh,
with
thank
him.
God.
I'm done with his bad boy of 90-day bullshit. Now, Jovi, I'm not
I'm
done
fine.
with. Rob, I'm done
Okay.
with. I've never really been
No, I've
into
never been
Rob.
to Rob. Here's the thing.
And Benny, I'm
Oh,
over.
Vinny, I'm over too.
And who else is in it?
Jamal.
I hate him
Yeah.
too.
Are you over
So,
the whole Bad Boys of 90 Day now? Okay. Let's see what happens when they put out their next song and see how you feel about
okay.
it. See
Okay.
how you can get through
Okay.
it. I can't get through any
Okay.
of it. So, there you go. Here's the thing.
Careless Whisper was great.
I watched like 3 seconds of it and I had to turn it off. It's so cringy to me.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So, Jovi. Jovi, we know drinks too much, parties too much.
He is a
He's a
crawfish fuckboy.
crawfish fuckboy.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he's not a bad guy. He seems to be a good
No, he
husband.
loves
He
Yara.
adores her.
Yeah.
He seems to be a good
Yep.
and engaged father.
Yes.
He and his
Yes.
mother are tight, so I think he has a good family. Like
He's a good
he's a good
son.
son. He's a
Mhm.
good guy. He's just a crawfish fuckboy who's kind of growing up.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
he
bit.
still wants to go out and tie one on and have a good party, but he
Yeah.
also knows I have to. Remember, like their big fight on their therapy island was he got this job offer and chose not to take blah 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 blah, and he's like, I'm trying to do what's best for my family. The
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
mistake he made was not talking to Yara about it and having it be a joint
Correct.
decision. I
Correct.
understand why he chose that, 'cause she's like, "Why would you choose to go away for a month?" He's like, "Because I'm choosing when I'm home to be 100% present for a month."
Yes.
I get
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I get it. He
Yeah.
actually thinks
I
about his family. I don't feel like any of these guys
no.
are thinking about, like, families, relationships, anything like that.
Josh, the tragedy, and you and I have talked about this before, and I have told you, maybe on air, I can't remember, but without getting specific, there was somebody close to me in my life who was
Mhm.
breadcrumbed and gaslit within an inch of her fucking life until the point where she could not have children
Right.
anymore. And all she wanted was to have
Yeah.
children, and for this guy to
Yeah.
marry her. And I just see so much of the
Yeah.
similarity in Josh and Natalie. This woman has made it very clear that she wants to have a
Yes.
baby. He is wasting
He
her time.
is.
He is not going to have a baby with you,
No, he's
Natalie.
never gonna have a real relationship with you,
And if
Natalie.
you like, not everybody wants
No.
children. And if you're in a situation like this and you don't want children, fine. Time doesn't
No.
matter. Like, the clock's not
No.
running. But for somebody like Natalie, the clock is
Mhm.
running. For somebody like my friend, the clock was
I have
running.
to tell you,
This guy wasn't done with her till she was like 50 years
as
old.
somebody who wanted children for a long time in my life, when I started dating after I had made the decision that children were not a thing for me, dating got
Mhm.
so much less pressure. Pressure. It
Pressure.
just
Yeah.
like it got
Yeah.
easier. It didn't feel so frantic. Every date didn't feel so important
Yes.
because every
Yeah.
for a while, every first date was potentially one day I'm wasting or one day I'm
Mhm.
meeting my goal.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
once you're not dating in that way,
And you don't have that
it's
clock
not that you don't
running.
care. Like when I was dating and I met Todd, I very much wanted a relationship. I wanted a partnership, but
Sure.
I didn't have any biological clock impacting that other than the fact that at some point we're all bouncing off this mortal coil. That's
Yeah,
it.
sure. Well, and my whole thing is, I'm not saying Natalie is
No,
innocent. She talks terrible to
she's
other women.
terrible. She's a
Yeah.
woman
I
who needs
mean,
a lot of therapy, and I think her
there's a
mother fucked
lot.
her up real bad.
But what I'm asking you guys to think about is, when we see her lashing out and we see these behaviors, we need to think of her as being reactive, which isn't the word I could not think of about
Yes.
Cody. She's being reactive because she her mind is so fucked with what this guy is
Mhm.
doing to her. I don't think she can even
She
think
doesn't know what
straight.
reality is.
No.
That's
Mm-mm.
that's what happens when you are gaslit. You lose a
Yeah.
sense of reality. Like,
Yeah.
you know
I saw that our friend Billy or our friend
Yeah.
Axel put in the Facebook group that the movie Gaslight was being played
Ah.
on
Oh,
AMC or
cool.
something this weekend.
Ah.
And I think it's from the
Yeah.
40s or
It's from the 40s, I
50s and
believe.
it's a
Yeah.
famous movie. If you're like me, you learned about gaslighting on Guiding Light
Mm.
when Roger Thorpe gaslit Holly to think that she was seeing
Oh.
ghosts and she really
Oh, okay.
wasn't. That was
Mhm.
gaslighting. So if you learned about it through soap operas, you know exactly what it
I didn't
is
learn about it through soap
because
operas.
you're real
Yeah, I didn't
familiar.
learn it, but I could see how a lot of soap operas used gaslighting a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Roger Thorpe, Stefano, they were masters of
Yeah.
gaslighting.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
gaslit before in that was all part of the Mike stuff and that horrible
So have
relationship.
I.
And like I knew there was something wrong with a relationship he had with another woman and he just
Mhm.
made me feel crazy. And I would point
Yes.
to examples
Yes.
and he would do the shit Josh is doing. And I was
Yes.
like
My ex-husband did
and
this to me. He gaslit the
I
fuck
felt
out of
like I
me.
had no no steady ground for a while.
And I will tell you this, and I've said it before. In my first marriage, if you asked my ex-husband or if you talked to people in our
Mhm.
inner circle, they would tell you that I had anger
Right.
issues, that I had a bad temper. Amanda, do you experience me
No.
that way?
No.
And if you ask Timmy, my children, anybody in my life, they would say they've never seen that
No.
side of me. So my point is people act differently when they're being manipulated as
Mhm.
fuck because it's like you're being told that what you see in front of you isn't real and it makes you
Mhm.
angry and it makes you like you almost feel like you don't have a grip on
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah.
And so I was reactive in that
Right.
situation. Once I was out of that situation, I was
You
fine.
know, I've never seen you get angry. I have seen you can become a passionate defender of people that
Oh
can
yeah.
look like
Oh yeah.
anger
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like if someone's hurting person A and you love person B, or if someone's hurting person A and you love person A, you are going to get very
I
defendy and
will eat
enraged at that, but it's not
I
anger.
will eat person B's
Right. You
eyeballs.
will pull you
Mhm.
pull a Magna
Mhm. Mhm.
Managda, whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
she's gonna go to Florida and everyone's gonna
Mm.
say her name differently. No one's gonna know what to say her name because
Yes.
he never says
Yes.
her name the same way twice.
But if Jill's smart, she better learn that
She
name.
better call her Magdalena and
Yep. Say it correctly.
stay
Compliment
29
her.
feet
Mhm.
away. And
Mhm.
Jill, if you don't have a boyfriend yet, go buy one, do whatever you need to do. But you show up at every
Mhm.
event with some man you are desperately in love with, and he is desperately in love with you. Yes.
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 Agree.
Otherwise, she will
Agree.
eat your eyeballs. She has said it
Yes.
on national
And I
television.
believe she will.
She might
I
eat
believe she
eat
will.
your eyeballs.
Now, let's think about this for
Okay.
a minute. Do we think Natalie acts differently in the relationship with Josh than she did with Big Mike?
Yes. I still
Did we see did we see the crazy as much with Big Mike?
actually, what we saw a lot was her treating him terribly.
Yeah.
She was terrible to him.
Yeah.
She would berate
She
him, she
called
would call him
him
an alcoholic, she would tell him he was
she would
stupid,
call him, stupid and
educated.
uneducated and lower
Yeah,
class.
she was mean to him a lot.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
he was mean to her as well. I'm not saying Josh or Mike was just like this little angel boy that was being abused by Natalie.
But I think Mike was better to her
Oh,
than
Mike
Josh
was
was.
absolutely better to her than
Yeah.
Josh. And the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I will have a soft place in my heart always for Mike because
Because he got
he
mama
got
out
mama
of
out of
Ukraine.
Ukraine. And
Mhm.
I truly believe
With no
no,
ulterior
other
motive,
than
none.
this
Yeah.
woman needed to get out of a war-torn country as a senior citizen, and I could do
And I
that.
think Natalie will love
I
him
think so too.
forever for that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And well,
Yeah.
he did refuse to pump a baby into her.
He did.
Nah,
He did.
that that is a line that gets
Amanda,
uttered at our house quite often. I refuse to pump a baby into you.
you and I have been through a lot together.
We've been through baby pumping. We've been through pennis.
Penis
We've
talk.
been through sexy. We got through couple to throuple together.
We
We did.
did. But I just wanna, to circle back to Natalie and put a
Yeah.
bow on this. Like, I'm not saying she's
No.
perfect. I'm not saying she's 100%. There is no perfect
No, and
victim,
she's a
right?
problem.
But I'm saying, like, you take somebody who already needs therapy and has issues and start to manipulate the fuck
Yeah,
out of
it's
them,
bad.
you're gonna get a scary
You are
person. And then you have all of America and all of the
thinking you're
world.
about a problem.
This airs
I
globally,
think so.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Thinking that you are the
Mhm.
problem because 'cause you're acting
Right.
crazy.
and she's a problem, and he's
Anyway,
terrible.
yeah,
So
yeah. So my thoughts on Josh are
good,
evolving, as
good.
you
I'm
can see.
glad
Are
you're
you proud
getting
of
over
me?
him because I never understood
Yeah,
it. I worried about you the whole
I know.
time. I worry about you and your
Yeah.
picker anyway.
Well, so there is a like Don Draper, I have my own moral code to these
I see, I
pickings.
see.
And they need to be kind of trash and dirty, but you can't mistreat a
Okay,
woman. You have to treat
that's fair.
women well.
It's completely
Yeah.
fair.
I'm not like, Florian's not my guy, but like let me think. Like Eric Menendez, I feel like treats women well. Did he murder one? Yes. Yes, he did.
Amy, what basis do you have that Eric Menendez treated women well?
Because he writes poetry.
Because
And just like that, the show's
writers
over.
have
Show's
writers
over.
have never treated women poorly. I believe yesterday we discussed Ernest Hemingway. Never treated a woman poorly.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Because I believe as we go through the history of artists in the world, what we have
Mhm,
is a
mhm.
pantheon of men who've treated women
Of
very
feminists.
well. If
Yes,
anyone
yes.
doesn't know what I'm talking
Charles
about, that
Bukowski,
please go
feminist.
watch Hannah Gadsby's
Mhm.
Nanette. She addresses all of this. Jesus, Amy, I love you so much. You're an idiot.
Oh, I need
Yes, you
help.
do.
Okay, guys, if you if you wanna help pay for my therapy, you can sign up for our Twin Flame universe,
Yes.
where we're doing our Mad Men rewatch, we do Sister Wives, we do what else are we doing? We're doing Natalia
Yes,
Grace,
Natalia Grace is coming up.
ugh,
Uh,
next week, right?
yes, you're doing, that documentary about
Yeah, West
West
Memphis
Memphis 3.
3. We do a classic documentary once a
Mhm.
month, so we're gonna be doing that. I think so that's for this month. I think we talked about maybe doing Going Clear for
We
February.
didn't say, but I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah. Is that a movie or a series?
I believe it's a docuseries.
Oh, of
Hold on.
course it
It's
is.
so good though. You will not be sad about it.
I don't think I
2015
will be.
film. It's on Netflix. Let's see. Uh,
Going
no, I
Clear.
think it's just one episode.
It's 120
Awesome.
minutes. Okay,
Awesome.
great. Yeah, let's do
Because I've read
that.
the book too, which is why I don't remember. I read the book
All
before I
right.
saw it.
Normally we let the BDFs pick or the
I'd
Twin
like to
Flames
watch
pick,
Going
but
Clear to honor my boyfriend, Mike Rinder.
yeah, maybe we just override it and say Mike is
Mike
dead.
passed away yesterday,
Let's
and
let's do it
rest
for
in
him.
power, my friend. He
Okay.
is a man who redeemed himself. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you're
There we
gonna
go.
see in Going Clear, he was real bad.
So it was after this was made that he started to redeem himself,
I
or
don't know when he left Scientology. I'll have to look.
let's
Yeah.
save it. We'll
Yeah,
save.
well, I'll do a whole
Mhm.
deep dive on when Mike Rinder left because he's one of
Okay.
the people who really has done a
You know,
lot to
let's
expose how terrible Scientology is.
I'll do the notes and
And
everything, and if you could
I'll do
just
ancillary
do
research.
what I'm thinking though would be interesting research would be like just Leah Remini, him, like 2 or 3 vocal critics of
Yeah.
the church. When did they leave? What
Yeah,
are
I
they
can do
talking
that
about?
because
Yeah. I
there's
think
like
that'd be interesting.
a half dozen to a dozen of them that are all in that little circle with Mike and with Leah Remini and stuff, and
Mhm. Mhm.
they're amazing. They're amazing how they've
Yeah.
come out of this cult, and particularly the ones like Mike Rinder who were born into it.
Mm.
Leah
Yeah.
Remini Leah Remini was not born into it. Her mother found it when she was a child. So
Mm.
fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yay Scientology.
And as we learned, I read Dianetics and I almost
There
got
you go.
sucked into
Yeah.
it. So,
Girl.
all right, guys, thank you so much. If you have any thoughts, comments, leave them on the post here. Let us know about the single child
Correct,
competitiveness.
please.
Let us know if you agree with us about Natalie and Stacey and
Yeah,
Florian. We had some hot topics
we
here
did. And
today.
please give Amy a good review for her Florian and Stacy imitations because
Thank
they're my
you.
favorite.
Thank you. They were a little all over
It's
today,
okay.
but I
We
got
got there.
there. I
We
got
did.
there. Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Amanda,
Amy,
thank
thank
you.
you.
And we'll see you
Take care,
next time.
everyone.
Bye.